It's mine, Pickles.
Hello Pickles and welcome back to another episode of Sky Bees! Yeah, just jumping up and down for no reason. Right, so, have I got some stuff to show you? So we put lava under here, which now means that this has now got heat 3 on it. If you look at the fire crucible thing at the top middle of the screen, it says heat 3 at the bottom. So that's now heating 3 times the speed that it was with the candle. We've got this brick hopper above it, which I've filled with cobblestone. So that now auto feeds the cobblestone into here. We have a stone bucket, like you saw in the last episode, how I showed Fizedi. So we can now take lava out of here, put it in here, right click that again, and we now get obsidian. I don't know if you've seen all this actually. So we built all this. I've kind of resized it, reshaped it and everything else like that. I don't know if I showed that last episode. We have got a portal at the front. So this is now our front door and it takes us through to a different portal into the nether. It's all syncs up and did that automatically because I guess it's modded. I have done some work here. We now have some tropical trees, or jungle trees, should I say. I have built my hexagon and have started building a second one over to this side here. It's only going over this as far as this. As for my plans, these are literally just kind of templates. There we go, it's the word I was looking for. So that I can build underneath them to the right size. So this just to get the hexagon shape, and I'm going to obviously be stepping down and tearing down here. And this is to help with it looking like the Eden project. So we come down here and we can walk along here. This is just a walkway to look fancy, nothing big. This is going to be a bridge. Oh, I missed one. Do I have any? No, I don't. I have to replace that in a minute. So yeah, so water's going to be coming down here eventually, and this is a little bridge, and water will come underneath and then flow down to the bottom. And it's all just there for aesthetics. But we have food going, so that's good. So we have got the Hopper Botany Pot, which is a bit like the bonsai pot, I think is what the bonsai mod is. If you are used to modded Minecraft, it does exactly the same thing. I can show you how to make it and craft it. So what we need to do is make a pot with the bricks. So obviously you get the bricks by hammering down to dust, put the dust in wooden barrels with water in it, it turns to clay, put the clay in your crafting menu, you get the clay balls. So put 3 in like this to make a pot, put our pot in here, and then we get our Terracotta Botany Pot. So we've got a Botany Pot here, we've got a Botany Pot there, we've got 3. Right. What we want to do to be able to make these though, because these are Hopper Botany Pots, and as you can see they feed into the bottom here, which is the cool thing about these. We need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a hopper, and we put the hopper in there and the botany pot in there, and there we go, we have a Hopper Botany Pot. These Hopper Botany Pots feed into the chests below, as you can see, as I showed you already. As you can see here, and the reason I've got these in, because look, we're getting apples. That's kind of free food there that's just always been produced. These are iron chests, okay? So they've just got a double the size, so the same size as a double chest basically, so it's double the inventory space. So to make the chest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've been busy sifting off camera. We then put our chest, there we go, in there. And then we just surround it in iron, and then that gives us an iron chest. So we can then grab a bit of dirt, and I want to grab a sapling. So we want a birch, I think. We've got everything else. I think we haven't got acacia yet, so I might have to do that. I'll do that off camera. So we put the chest down. Then we grab our Hopper Botany Pot, put that on the top. We then grab our dirt, and we place that inside there. Then we put our sapling in the pot, and then it will grow. So as you see, it's got the grow time there, so it takes 2 minutes basically to grow a sapling. Are you still with me? So this is all set up here so that I could do clay, because we are going to need quite a bit of bricks. So I just want to show you this chest over here, because this is all the books we've been getting, which I'll talk you through in a minute, because we've collected these as we've been going through our quest book. So I'm going to quickly go through our quest book now. Our quest book, we have done. See all these that we've opened up now? Oh, quite a few. Right, so we've done Ex Nihilo. We've got this we've pretty much done everything. We haven't got the diamond mesh, the emerald mesh, or the netherite mesh, but we will work on that later. Fizedi's managed to get the netherite mesh. I don't know how he's managed to make netherite, so I need to speak to him about that. I'm sure we'll be meeting up with him at some point in this episode. We have got the buzzing dial. I don't know why it hasn't clicked that point there. So pretty much everything's done. So the draw bit next, well, all this will just happen. I've made this for Fizedi. He's got his on his base. It's a draw controller. Once I make it for us over here, I'll talk you through that bit. Obviously, we've made oak drawers, and then there's the 2x2 drawers, or the 1x2 drawers. Then there's 2x2, which is 4 drawers. And then we've got the trim, which is just a decorational block, really. And then the frame drawer means that we could make the drawers basically out of any blocks that we like. But to make that, we have to make a bench, blah, blah, blah. We don't need to go into that just yet. So that's the drawers. Bees. Right, we've managed to make a beehive. So to make the beehive, I made this way. This is using honeycomb. We don't have any at the moment. So I made 3 beehive frames, and then we just lined it with 6 blocks of wood. And that gave us a beehive. Our beehive is in here. By making the beehive, we got the 50 Shades of Bees book. So I need to read that at some point just to get a bit of a lowdown on how to do the bees. So back in here. Our next job here is to make a tier 1 beehive. So to make that, that's a tier 1 beehive. We need to make a bee's nest and then cover it in grass. So, oh no, we can just put a beehive in. Sweet. Okay, that's cool. See, obviously these recipes have loads of different kind of blocks that you can put in. So we can put a beehive in, and that will give us a tier 1. So we need to make loads of beehives, really. But once we start getting honeycomb, we'll be able to do that. So that would give us a tier 1 beehive. We could do that, but I don't know what we need it for yet. So, or, well, we obviously need it for the bees, but we're not getting into this so much as of yet. Where have we gone? Oh, there. So, immersive engineering. This is what I want to get into. This is obviously how to do all of this stuff. We've got the engineer's manual. So that's going to tell us roughly how to do some stuff, but we need to get some coke bricks is the next thing we need to do. Don't know what the alloy smelter... So we can make that as well. So, okay, so all this stuff we do need to make. So the alloy smelter will obviously help us mix metals together to make alloys, which we will need to make some other stuff later on down the line. It's not what I've been looking at recently, though. We don't need to worry too much about that as of yet, but that obviously get us enriched iron and black iron. The coke brick is what I want to get because we need to make a coke oven, which will then help us make a blast furnace to help us make steel. And also it will then help us to get creosote oil to make treated wood planks, which will then help us on our way to getting energy, which is what I wanted to do for the episode, and then realised how much needed to be done. So this is the engineer's manual from Immersive Engineering. So this tells us a bit more about the coke oven and what we need for it. So obviously it shows you here all the sandstone and everything else like this and the crafting recipe. The coke oven is the first important machine you will need to create in order to proceed with immersive engineering. Its functionality is simple. It will heat up coal or blocks of coal without supplying it with oxygen, creating coal coke, a carbon-rich fuel. More importantly, this process creates creosote oil, which is used as a preservative for wood. Similarly, you can also burn wood logs into charcoal with this oven, albeit with a smaller yield of creosote. So that is what we need to get the creosote to start creating power. So, let's get away. Let's get on and try and get this coke. Let's get on and try and get this coal coke. Let's get on and try and get this coke brick. So we should have enough now gathered up. I'm going to be making some more in the background just in case we need them, because there's quite a few things I've been looking at that will need bricks and clay and terracotta and stuff like that. So we want the coal coke, and there we have it. We can make 7. Oh, I needed 9. So we've got 21. We need to make some more. What do we need? We need some more bricks, and I think we should be done. So yeah, so we need a few more bricks. Some more there, so we can just quickly grab that. We'll probably need to make 1 more after that. So 2 more bricks and we will be done. I need 27 blocks of coal coke to make the oven. And there we have it. So 27 coal coke bricks, quest complete. Let's go to the quest book, which I've still got here. And hopefully this gives us a hammer, I think. So, quest complete. We've got the hammer. Cool. Advancement has been made. So we now need to make the coke oven, and then we can get the buckets of creosote oil and the coal coke. So to make the coke oven, to form the coke oven, arrange 27 of these blocks in a 3x3x3 cube and right click one of the sides center blocks with an engineer's hammer. See the following page for a diagram. Oh, the diagram's there, that's cool. Let's get on our way and get this built. So we need to do get our coke bricks. And 3x3, you should be able to put it here. So we're going to put an acacia one there. So I'll leave a gap there. So 3x3 by 3. So that's that there. We just grab our engineer's hammer and we will right click that, and there's our coke oven. So can we access the inventory? We can. So what we need to do is put coal in here, and I think it gives us coal coke out the other end. So we just go through here, we'll grab some coal from our storage drawer here, which we've been collecting through sieving gravel. So, oh no, that's what I want, 64 of those. We might be able to feed it in with a hopper, I'm not sure. So if I put that in, and here we go, it started smelting away. So we just need to wait now. I think this is quite a slow process, but it will give us coal coke, which I think we use the offshoot of that to get what we need. But this is the input and that's the output. So there is a way of feeding in and out. So for this, because it's the basic machine, we can put a bucket in here, which is the input, and this will be the output. So as soon as it fills with creosote oil, the bucket will move to there. Don't know if we can feed buckets in and out of there or not. We could try, I guess, but I think for now I'll just put the bucket in. There's 500 of 1,000 of 12,000 mini buckets, so that will hold 12 buckets of creosote oil in there, and we should get that from one block of coal. Will give us, show recipes again, one block of coal will give us 5,000, so that's 5 buckets, whereas that only gives us half a bucket. The bridge is down. So we've managed to collect some creosote. So I've got this jar that I made, and it's a basic fluid tank. It's not a jar at all. So basic fluid tank. How did we make that? Let's have a look. As you can see, I've been looking at the Immersive Engineering. Basic fluid tank is, there we go, basic fluid tank. So all we had to do is 4 redstone and 4 iron ingots, and that gave us a basic fluid tank. It holds 15 buckets, or no, 14 buckets of creosote oil. So all I've been doing is coming in here, taking the bucket out, because this holds 15 buckets inside its inventory here, and taking the bucket out, filling the fluid tank up, and then putting the bucket back in, and then it will fill up again and you take it back out. So that's how I've been doing that. So that's going to get us our treated wood, which we'll need to help us make power, which hopefully we'll start doing by the end of this episode. But I have looked at something else, which I think we might try and get into, and that is the water pump. So if we go back to Immersive, there is, and I think it might need power though, so I want one of those, a garden cloche, but we should be able to make that as well, actually, to be fair. But we just need to make kinetic dynamo. We could probably make that, so that's all good. I wanted to make the fluid pump. So the fluid pump obviously uses iron plates, iron mechanical component, and the fluid pipe. So it just needs a lot of iron. So I have been grinding away. I think we might try and make it now, just to see if it needs power, and then we'll see how we get on. So I'm just going to go and get all the iron. So I need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and each of these takes 6. That's 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 bits of iron. And we also need copper, and that's it. So 26 bits of iron and some copper. So we'll try and make that now on camera. So over here, you can see I've got 153 iron now, and we've got 165 there. I have been sifting gravel like nobody's business. So I'll take a stack out. And then we need some copper as well, don't we? So that's copper. So we take a stack of copper out as well, of the grit or whatever it is, ore pieces, and we can make the ore. And then I'll double that up with my ore crushing hammer. So we've got that. We might need to make another one of those in a minute. And we can put that in the blast furnace. Got another 12 bits of iron there, so I'm going to put those back in there. Right, so we need... Let's have a look. Where are we? We'll go to this table here. Again, we want to make the... I keep losing it. Here we go. Fluid pump. Okay, so to make a fluid pump, we need an iron plate. Well, we can make an iron plate. It says here that we need a metal press, but we can also make the iron plate, from my understanding, using the engineer's hammer. And no, this mod pack has changed the recipe. So we cannot make that at all.